Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately I can hardly keep up. But what I do know is that there's more bad news than good. You can tell that just by looking at people's faces.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000.
Just because the heavens have gone to wreck and ruin, it don't mean we have to.
What are you after? There you go. Much obliged. There you go. Much obliged. There you go. Thanks very much. Take care out there, eh?
I've got greens of all shapes and sizes. Colours too.
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So...
I'd say so. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sam. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort. She's dangerous, Sid, but
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety.
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back to the high...
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try. So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid!
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people...
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible, surely. We had our fun, too. You were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. All my other children took either to the blade or to the books. Always either or. But you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight for a higher cause, to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you for everything. Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sambrek. Went quietly, or so we're told. And she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry. She'll be all right.
I hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris. And you, of course.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since...
Little and less.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour...
Fallen ruins, I take it.
Indeed. As if protecting the
secrets we'd see.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord, mayhap it would please you to...
Would that be possible?
Of course. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov. A small hamlet built around I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary... If you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be...
All right.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village after...
Thank you.
I wish you
a village built around an airship. Sounds like another lost wing. Come on. Run like the wind. This might take a while. You deserve a rest. Be safe. Oh no. You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors. Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader. Should have stayed in the path. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins. A duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Let us continue then. There is a second hole.
Ah.
Here.
My thanks. I shall study them.
Cyril, your survey party suffered several losses which could have been avoided. Had the others not chosen, were these your orders?
No. This was every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty. And should we die in discharging it, so be it.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations, and your opinion of our methods, however earnest, is not like to change them. We live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order exists for that purpose, and that purpose alone.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please.
I thank you, if you will permit, and we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him. As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind.
everything's back the way it was. I don't know how they did it.
Take that, you naughty thief!
Clive! I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone to...
Since we brought all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill...
Are you a lord? Lubor's, they're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil. Because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that... Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just...
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front, and they might have... They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws, and they grow more organized.
We'll fight them all off just like last time. Won't we, Luke?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can the longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult. Our best hope is to... by finding those... perhaps...
How could I refuse?
Thank you. Victor will fill you... I have him stationed...
I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor? That's...
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits, and he said that you might be able to help me.
Then you've come at just the right time. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely... But we must strike together.
All right.
There's one upriver.
Leave it with me.
Those ne'er-do-wells went to band together.
Come on. Yeah! Time to fight. That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers! Take his head off!
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but that's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalimil.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and his escape route took him right through Dalimil. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing.
You're right.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't
There's nothing to be sorry for. All that matters to me is that...
Look at him talking to his betters like it's... All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that no...
You're right.
I'm glad you agree. I'm a Dalmec born, and you head to the... Make Conrad... They know that Lord Under...
I'll do what I can. Lubor, I can't promise anything.
And that is...
Why are you taking the bearer's side?
Why do they always have to make such a...
I knew all along that he was...
Forgive me for disturbing you.
I've seen...
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of... The rumors...
He'll never...
But what of his wares? In this, at least, he's done the town...
Leniency! He pretended to be one of...
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us.
So what do you propose?
Perhaps. That is a question... And they will thank you not to...
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to...
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side? I assume the situation...
There's still hope.
But perhaps not in this lifetime.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. We'll talk some sense into...
No. And your efforts would be better.
But Lub...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie. That a blade is a reflection. Yourself be true. That rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself, and so must I be. I must do what I... And now, I must embrace my new role, for only united can they hope to stand against... I'll need to make a suitably dramatic...
Don't go, Lubor. We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best.
How could it possibly be for the least you can do is give the town...
I would not take it, Vict.
Over. And so just like that, you're going to throw this town? I thought you were better than... But it seems you had me...
Victor,
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yeah. But where are my men? Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do.
I'll...
Clive, I was just about... I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade. Seeds for planting. Thought it was... I'll keep providing... But if these pools going to survive, as of those poor... They've lived their whole lives in... Small wonder they ain't got the fog. And if you're wondering why you... Well, the Wagoneer's taking... Sir Wade's putting a...
All right.
Thanks. There.
Gizal Green.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast. Better that than something that'll wither away. And chocobos love 'em too, which is no small thing. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right and they're...
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do. I'll go up there and
I'm sure you will.
The Guardian saying we're supposed...
Ah, what brings you to...
A delivery.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings. I jest, of course. You see, I had thought, but they'd long since gone to seed. Only...
Martha was hoping you might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing, unless we teach them, not that myself and the... It's about time we... Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late.
The Horde is close. They're coming, Sir Wade. All of them.
Damn it all. I thought... Gather the men in the square.
Yes, Sir...
The Horde.
A Kashek. A veritable legion of them. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardian...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just...
What if you could call on reinforcements?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not...
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. And though they may not be trained soldiers like your guardians, what help they are able to...
You're right, my lord. I will... appeal. My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rosfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square. The perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them. And for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall, that Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too, then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
calm before the storm. And here it comes. I will not let this village fall. It's over! Tighter! Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rosfield!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed...
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic...
Hard to say. My men are still facing some... I could order a detachment.
No. Let you stay here too, Sir Wade. I'll go after the curl. Join me only when Eastpool is...
If you're sure. May the Founder protect...
Next one's mine. I might...
Ready, go? Run like the wind. With me, Torgal. All right. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rosfield. The Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends.
No, Sir Wade, you brought us together. Showed...
We never had nothing to call our own before, but now we do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade, but there's no doubt we're free men now. We have to fight to protect what's up.
And we shall. This is our home. And if any...
They'll have us to...
Come on, then.
This village isn't gonna...
They're not slaves anymore.
No. Your father took pity on the bear, and I believe if he was still with us today...
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord. After all, this is my home now, too. And I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's Eastpudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud, all the same. I'll have to pull my weight, too. Can't have that. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting...
Can we continue to
Of course. And I, as Rosarians...
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden State. I ain't paid you for delivering them.
All right.
Lord Rosfield, clearing the goblins from the still wind. There's one sight that I shall never forget. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor. I thought but every time I would think back to the look in your eyes that to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face,
So Wade, you have always been I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of it...
Thank you. I know the rest of the world will...
The hero rip. It's lucky you came. Not only did my seeds get delivered, but...
I just did what...
And it's only... Take it.
Thank you, Moth.
So, he's put... And a home to free bearers.
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but... Though I suppose the rest of... You know, bearers living free like that. Loath as I am to...
I take it you didn't always see...
Well,
if you really want to know. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to... He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both met, and before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were stuck right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could... And do you know what he did? And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one...
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing, just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became our... He certainly didn't lack for ambition.
Indeed, but the loftier one's ambitions... Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to...
Suppose you're right. And if we don't manage it, good thing we've got a few half-decent... It's almost enough to... Anyway, enough. Better get back to work. The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me...
That sounds like a one.
Ah, Clive. You'll be pleased to know...
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randalar has just said... I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge... You couldn't do me a quick favour, could you?
What is it this time?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask Elle how long... Find out exactly how much faster I need to get...
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
What's happened?
Don't blame yourself, Elle. This is their fault, not yours.
I know, but...
No buts about it. All right.
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from the talks with the Republican Army. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other but the Consortium offered double what we did, and the Army
You had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all.
Elle? I saw Vonnie leaving.
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about the... How did the Consortium even find out about...
It's not so surprising. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually. And at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far between. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone?
Are you offering to be... How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send an... You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too... Even if I fail to free these bearers, someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling...
Oh, and that's me... Well, it looks like I'm following for meeting the Silver Peak Consortium. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She means to stay with us then. I can't say I'm not happy.
You have to trust her.
You're right. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my... So I bid you farewell. I'll gather my men and leave. You go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's heads off.
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar, then. And better not keep... Eloise waiting. Well... What's happened?
What I wouldn't give for a home.
Looks like this is the end of it.
When are they gonna let us through?
Safe. Ready, go?
Thanks, Gal. I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves. And then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand. The consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accept, and so we resume.
I did not. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the... A most demanding fellow, if it's any consequence. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed. That's what you get when you deal with...
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is... They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard. And treat them like kings. But as long as they pay...
That does sound... No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be... And with it, my interest in...
My associates will be sorry to...
I'm sorry you weren't able to say...
As am I. But he was right. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to... I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randall.
So you never...
No. I entertained the consortium's I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I...
You tried.
I did. And if what he said they deserved more, I wanted so badly to...
Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under... A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains,
Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against them. They need help, and...
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there.
Hold on, Theo. Good girl.
Yeah!
That's better. All right.
Look what we have here.
All right, then. Let's get this over with. I can walk from here.
What's the situation?
Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village.
We just have to...
I can do better than that. slow. These creatures have already turned. I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore! Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you!
Elle.
Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore, wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life? He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to... I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people, save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do, ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be, bringing smiles to people's faces, just like we always have, and to Theo's, wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own, to continue helping you however I can, whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then, for Theodore.
But there were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Those things I said before.
Oh, Clive, my wards and I may...
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty...
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Eld. Not that any of those things still exist.
And what does he want with North?
He wants to transform it, a foundation upon which to build. He's already secured.
He would rob the
Believe me. I have...
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around. Couldn't he use that influence again?
How? A man whose stated aim is to revive... The captain can offer them a regular supply. No. Any given the mood around town.
And who could blame them?
Clark, would you, for your son... And unlike... well...
I'll see what I can...
Thank you.
Tell me that in the garrison.
Overseeing the troop.
All right. Wish me luck.
Covered in nicks and lumps. How may I help you today, Clive? All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.